What's happening? We're back with another build, amateur build, kind of build. We're doing Murphy desks for the kids in their bunks. Here's where they're gonna go. Here's my makeshift setup in the backyard because I don't have a garage. And all the credit, hopefully these desks look something like this. And all the credit there goes to the DIY Huntress. I don't know how many views her video has on it, but I probably count for about 100,000 of them, of how many times I've watched it. So hopefully my build looks something similar to what she did. That's the goal, and we'll see what happens. First time using a table saw, first time using the brad nailer, literally first time. So let's see how it turns out. All right, the desk itself is gonna be 13.5 by 13.5. So now I'm gonna make the box that it'll go on, and I'm gonna take those out from the wall about 3.5 inches. So I'll start the measuring cup.
This project, as well as a step-by-step tutorial for it, written out on my website as well. And then
2 pieces of the box. Now I need to cut 1/4 inch, because I'm using 1/4 inch wood off each side. These, and then they should fit to make a box. Once I have the box, now I have the start of the Murphy decks, kind of like the outline. So this piece, bottom piece, is going to be the piece that would fold down on the Murphy desk. So here's my outline, the box. This needs to connect, and I'm going to put a backer right across here. I'll cut that now, and that's what we'll drill into the wall. So this will be connected with glue, and then I'll use my my brad gun to connect those. I think that will be secure and stable enough. I'm not doing like a heavy duty desk. This is 13.5 inches coming out from the wall 3 inches. So it's like a little kid's play desk for their bunks. Let's see how it goes. And I gotta sand some edges, and I'm not gonna do a ton of fancy stuff as far as that goes. Probably if you zoomed in on some of those cuts, they weren't smooth, completely right. First time, as I said, using some of these tools. First timer. We got the Ryobi 18-volt brad nailer. Never used a brad nailer. Just watched some tutorials. Let's see how this thing goes. Something's not installed, right? Hopefully I didn't break it already. Another try. So the videos I watched, they got dowels, they had screws coming in the side. As I said before, I'm trying to make this simple project for the kids. It's not a display piece. It's going in our van at the end of the bunk beds for them to probably break within 24 hours. But we're gonna do our best. We are gonna do our best. That's all you can do. 50-50 shot on like which side to put these nails in. Of course, I picked the wrong one. It's like I put together that IKEA things, and you know, you gotta install and uninstall. But it's different with nails because now there's holes in the wood. It's a real woodworking. So yeah, how to put a brad nail in, and now how to get a brad nail out. Back to the install. Box is built out. A couple things need to be trimmed up a little bit, but this is kind of the gist of how it's going to look. The piece, this would fold down, and that would be our inside. It's going to be narrow. It's supposed to be small for a little kid. Little kid's bunk bed. All right. So now a piece needs to come across the back. That's what we're gonna attach it to the wall with, and then we'll get some shelving and stuff on there too. We'll see about the shelves. Some type of shelving, but you can see I'm off just by the tiniest bit. So I'm sure a woodworking shop or person would know the best way to take that off. 1/8 of an inch, a 1/16 of an inch. I'm gonna try to sand it Doubtful. It's gonna work. Take a look at the water. I'm impressed with myself. Alright, so this is going to be the piece that I can screw and attach to the wall because I'll have access from the other side of it. I wanted it to fit really tight as well, which just that little bit of sanding looks like it did. So I'm going to get some glue, get that in there. Talk about easy to use. Just bought this. Came with a few nails in the package. Had to get the batteries and the charger also. But man, I am just rocking and rolling with this thing. Boom, boom, boom. You know, great product. I know these things before would plug in, compressors, oil, all that stuff. So the Airstrike technology is awesome. A few days later, we have our hinges, and I think I figured it out. Got the router. Yeah. Got the hinges here. So I'm gonna plug the hinge right in there, and then the other side is going to fit like this, and that's gonna be what folds up on the back side. So my practice board looks like this, all jacked up, and I got the router here, and that would fold up and then come back down. Now, these are not perfect. There's some edge gap there. There's a little edge gap there. But overall, it's just what we need for the heavy duty hinges. And to inlay them, it's not as hard as I thought with the router, a little bit of measuring. Yeah, the first cut I made is pretty good. Right in there, this one a little bit more lopsided, but that's where those will go. And then here's the front stain on the cabinet from the kids. Some wood finish on there, and then we will be rocking and rolling. So let's see if it attaches and folds up. There's a little bit of a gap there, and I think I can adjust that a little bit with the, let's see, the first shot test. Ooh, got it. We'll install this in the van. We have to finish it. There needs to be some wood finish put on there. This needs to be stained, but I couldn't help it. I was so excited to see if the latches work, which they do. Success. Bird just pooped on it. Look at that. I guess they say that's good luck. All right, SprintSlow fam, we're back with hopefully the last installment of the Murphy desks for the kids. Another day, another build, another opportunity to add a little bit. So we got them stained up right here, and now I want to take this and a scrap piece left over and create a little rail almost right here. So I'm not going to put a shelf in because it's already small enough instead of adding a shelf here. So I just want to put a rail so if they were to stack a book or a pencil, it would just sit in there and then we could fold it up. The kids each wrote a message on the board. I am strong and I do hard things. And now I'm going to etch that message into the board. So that'll be kind of like their front shelf. So every time they open it, they'll see it. I'm going to burn it into the wood. First time I've ever done this, so we'll see how it turns out. So far, so good. It's turning out well. You can really see the letters. I love how it's like in the kids' drawing. Boom. I am strong and I do hard things. Going to be hooked up right in front of the shelf, so every time they open it, they're reminded of their message. I love that the kids chose them, and I love that the writing on it is just completely neat. Looks straight out of Pottery Barn. Just kidding. I love that it looks like it was written by a second grader, because it was the kids tracing, and I could not have done it any better than that. All right, use the leveling blocks to get her level, and let's see how she turned out. Wow, SprintSlow fam, wow. This project was started in the winter at some point. I want to say February. I guess idea, first measurement was taken then. Will we make it like a similar size to this probably?
Maybe maybe right here or something. You don't want to
let's get your whole...
sleeping.
Now, obviously, I didn't work every weekday or weekend or day. I pieced together while working, coming over to where the van is at my mom's on the weekends to make it happen. But here's the final project. Da-da-da. We got the stain on the outside. Reinforced things with the chain so it lays fairly flat. I got it at a little bit of an angle because I'd rather it tilt down this way, and I think with some wear and tear it's going to start to pull down a little bit, and I can always mess with these a little to adjust. I do hard things. Etched into the wood was the saying that my son wanted. Fairly sturdy here on the mount. Guess time will only tell for that. And then the chain inhibits the closing a little bit. You know, there's some things I didn't take into account. This hits that. You could get fancier. You could get much fancier, but we're not. We got the Murphy desk set up down here for my daughter. I am strong. This one got a little bit better with the flatness there. So hopefully this provides enough support for the kids to lean on it, write on it, and this little backer here gives them a little something to store.
Wow! You're doing so many projects. Oh man. Oh. That is great. Oh.
So Bodie etched that into the wood.
He did?
We bought a little wood etcher.
Oh my gosh.
So see what Sully's message is.
Oh jeez. Oh babe, these are so good. Those look great. So that's perfect. Okay. Is that closed? That is so good. Thank you, babe.
Something they made, something they were a part of, something that they saw the process being completed. That's really what it was about for us. Small project for most people, big project for me, but it was really fun to have the kids help me work on something that's going to be a part of their space in the van, and then give them somewhere where they can have their own storage and their own little place to put things, treasures, keep organized, whatever they want to do with it. So you can get much fancier, but this was our attempt.